Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube channel. Hope all is well. We're going to get back to our 1983 Strat-O-Matic Card&Dice 1&Done tournament at the ballpark. We have Jack Dawson. Check out that wonderful channel. Lots of fun stuff there. Absolutely marvelous channel and just a lot of fun. Thank you for joining us, Jack Dawson. So we have two more tickets to punch to the Elite Eight. So we have two more games left in the Sweet 16. Our first matchup will be the number 11 Expos, who are 82-80, taking on the number 6 Philadelphia Phillies, who are 90-72. Let's get to the starting lineups for the visiting Montreal Expos. On the mound is Steve Rogers for the Expos. He was 17-12 with a 3.23 earned run average. Point of weakness inning is the 8th. Tim Raines will lead things off, and he'll play left field, followed by Al Oliver. Al will be the DH. Andre Dawson will bat third. He's in center field. Gary Carter is the cleanup hitter. He'll do the catching. Tim Wallach mans the hot corner for the Expos. He'll be batting 5th. Warren Cromartie's in right field, batting 6th. Terry Francona, son of Tito, will bat 7th, and he's at first base. Brian Little will be at second base, batting 8th. And Chris Spire will be playing shortstop and batting 9th. Those are your visiting Montreal Expos, the 11 seed. For the hometown Philadelphia Phillies, the 6th seed in the tournament, John Denny gets the start. He was 19-6 with a 2.37 earned run average. Pete Rose will play first base and lead things off, followed by another former Big Red Machine member, Joe Morgan. He'll bat second and play second. Mike Jack Schmidt mans the hot corner for the Phillies. He'll bat third. He had 40 home runs in 1983. Joe Lefevre will be the cleanup hitter, and he's playing right field, followed by the DH Greg Gross. Gary Maddox is the center fielder, and he's batting 6th. Batting 7th in left field is Gary Matthews, the Sarge. Bo Diaz will do the catching. He'll bat 8th. And Ivan DeJesus, the former Cubby, will bat 9th and play shortstop. So John Denny makes his way to the mound. Let's just get this set real quick. Hope everyone's doing well tonight. As Comics with Bueller is at the ballpark, check out an absolutely marvelous channel. One of the finest gents on YouTube. And we got the Phillies order all properly lined up. And they'll be facing Steve Rogers. So let's put that over here. And now let's get the Expos, as John Denny finishes up his warm-up tosses, as we're right about to begin the ball game here. Card and dice style, Strat-O-Matic using advanced. This is my original 1983 set. And we're ready to play some card and dice baseball. Let's check out. I finally figured out how to use my camera with the new computer. So here we go. It's Tim Raines to lead things off. Here's Timmy Raines. He's a AAA base stealer. You want to keep him off the base path. John Denny picks up the sign from Bo Diaz. Here's the pitch to Tim "The Rock" Raines. And that is a 4-4. Raines is a switch hitter, so he'll be batting lefty off the right-handed throwing Denny. And that's a 4-4. That's going to be a fly ball out to center field. The center fielder is Maddox. He's a 1 defender. So that's a 1 and a 6, and Maddox makes the catch, 1 down. So Raines flies out to center, 1 away. Oh, that gets cut off. Let's slide that over a little more. It doesn't matter anyway. That brings up Al Oliver. He's a designated hitter, left-handed batter. Denny works quickly to Oliver. That's a 1-12, right-handed pitcher. 1-12, ground ball to short. And that's going to be out number 2. As DeJesus makes the play, he throws over to Rose. So that's 2 away. 2 up, 2 down. Phillies throw the ball around the infield. Now here comes the Hawk, Andre Dawson. Dawson, center fielder for the Expos, right-handed batter. Denny rocks and fires to Andre Dawson. That's a 6-8. 6-8. Swing and a miss, and the side is retired. Denny looks sharp. We go to the bottom of the first. No score. Due up for the Phillies, Rose, Morgan, and Mike Jack Schmidt. So a nice, quick, clean inning for John Denny. And if you're a Phillies fan, you sure like that. Phillies would go to the World Series in actuality and lose to the Orioles in what was a really boring World Series. And I remember that. That was one of the worst World Series when I was a youth. All right, so here comes Steve Rogers. Let's see if he can match John Denny. And he's going to face Pete Rose. Charlie Hustle now playing with the Phillies. Rose switch hitter, a bat lefty against the right-handed throwing Rogers. Rogers rocks and deals to Pete Rose. 2-6. Right-handed pitcher, 2-6. Ground ball to short. Rose will be retired. Nice throw by Spires. 1 down. So Rose grounds out to Spires. And that brings up Joe Morgan, another former Big Red Machine teammate. Morgan, left-handed batter. He awaits the Rogers offering. Here's the pitch to little Joe Morgan. 1-6. Against a righty. 1-6. Fly ball out to right field. And that's going to be out number 2 as Cromartie makes the catch. So 2 up, 2 down. Steve Rogers, 1 out away from matching John Denny in a perfect 1-2-3 inning. But he has to face Michael Jack Schmidt. Schmidt had 40 homers in 1983. Oh, red die jumped the shark! But we see him. We see the red die. Don't bang your head against the table, Al. There we go. Good job. A little rusty. Haven't played card and dice in a while. All right, here's the pitch to Schmidt. Rogers fires up a 2-3. What will it be? We shall see. Righty-righty matchup. 2-3. Fly ball center field going back at the track. Making the catch is the Hawk Andre Dawson. Let's make sure 2-3. Yep. And the side is retired. So Steve Rogers matches John Denny. And we're scoreless through 1. The winner advances to the Elite 8 as the whole field moved on that. All right. Good job, Al. Let's get that back over here. Woo! There we go. All right. Here comes John Denny back up on the bump. So here's John Denny. He's going to face Gary Carter, Tim Wallach, and Warren Cromartie. So here's Gary Carter. Let's see what Carter can do here. The windup and the pitch from Denny to Carter. That's a 5-11. Carter's a righty. 5-11. Ground ball back to Denny. Denny is a 2 defender with a 15 on the roll. Let's flip this over. Pitcher. Oh, crud. We had it in the right way. Pitcher. Pitcher. There it is. 2-15. So a 2 and a 15 goes to a defense check. Denny's an E38. That is not bueno. He does not field his... Oh my god, that is god-awful. He is a horrible fielding pitcher. So we're going to take these 2 red die and roll them. And unless we get a 2, it's going to be an error. And then even with that, it has to be a split. So odds are John Denny just made an error, and that's a 7. And Mr. Denny has just cost himself a base runner, as that's an error. He fumbles around with the ball. So reaching first base is Gary Carter on the E1. Denny an E38. That is horrible. So Carter reaches first base. And that brings up Tim Wallach, the third baseman. He's a horrible bunter, so he's going to be swinging away. Denny hoping for the double play ball, trying to keep the ball down. Here's the pitch to Wallach. 4-9 to Wallach. Righty-righty matchup. 4-9. Jammed him. Pops it up right side. Joe Morgan calls for it, and he makes the catch. 1 down. So Wallach pops out to Morgan. That'll bring up the left-handed batting right fielder Warren Cromartie. Bo Diaz wiggles the finger, sets the target. The pitch to Cromartie. 4-9 to Cromartie. He's a lefty, though. 4-9. And he's going to strike that ball pretty good to center, but not good enough. As going back, reaching up and making the catch is Maddox. Retreating back to first is Carter. So far, the error has not hurt, but here comes Terry Francona, first baseman, left-handed batter, son of Tito Francona. Here's the pitch from Denny to Francona. 2-9 against a right-handed pitcher. 2-9, fly ball, right field, going back into the corner, reaching up and making the catch is Lefevre. And the side is retired. The error does not hurt. We go to the bottom of the second, still scoreless here in Philadelphia. The winner advances to the Elite Eight. So Denny does a good job after his error. And here comes Steve Rogers now. He'll face Lefevre, Gross, and Maddox. Joe, I think it's L-E-F Lefevre. Joe Lefevre. Alrighty, let's see what Joe can do. He's a lefty. Here's the pitch from Rogers to Joe Lefevre. And that's a 2-6. Right-handed pitcher, 2-6. And that's a single. So Lefevre gets the first hit for the Phillies. A single. He's not a base stealing. He's a C, though. So anything A, B, or C, we automatically hold on. He's not going to go anywhere. Here comes Greg Gross. And Gross is a B hit and run. And since you're holding, the way we play, anything a C, A, B, or C, we're holding them on. So if we go hit and run here, he'll be an A hit and run. And the Phillies are going to roll the dice. It's a hit and run. He's an A hit and run. Here's the pitch to Greg Gross. There goes Lefevre. And that's a 10. A 10. And it's a pop-up to second base. Lefevre quickly rushes back. He'll get back safely. But it's a failed hit and run as Gross pops out to the second baseman, Little. A 9 would have been a worse result. So that's a pop-out to second. Lucky it was a high pop-up. And Joe Lefevre was able to get back, so the hit and run does not work. And that brings up Gary Maddox. Maddox, the center fielder, righty-righty matchup. The windup and the pitch from Rogers to Gary Maddox. 4-5 to Maddox. 4, 5. Slowly hit ball to second. The only play for Littles is to first. Advancing to second is Lefebvre. So Maddox is out 4-3. And now I'll bring up the left fielder, Gary Matthews Sarge, former San Francisco Giant. And I think former Cubby. Or did he go the Cubs after? So 2 outs. Lefebvre will be a +1 as they're holding him on at second, keeping him close. With 2 outs, he becomes a +1. Here's the pitch to Sarge, Gary Matthews. That's a 4-5 righty-righty matchup. 4-5. Another slowly hit ball to second. Charging it is Littles. He makes the play, and the side is retired. 4-3 once again. We're through 2. And there's no score here in Philadelphia. In our Sweet 16 matchup, the winner will punch their ticket to the Elite 8. So Rogers puts up another goose egg. And here comes John Denny back up on the bump. W. Vogs is at the ballpark. How you doing? Check out that wonderful channel along with DC. He says, come on, Steve. Keep the Phillies off the scoreboard. And here comes Brian Little. He was very busy at the second base bag. So it's going to be Little, Spire in the top of the order, Tim Raines. Little's a switch hitter. He'll bat lefty against the right-handed throwing John Denny. Bo Diaz sets a target. The pitch to Brian Little. Rogers fires up a 3-10. Right-handed pitcher. 3-10. Ground ball back to Denny. Knocks it down. Picks it up. Throws to Rose. 1 away. Anxious moment there for the Phillies. John Denny does not field his position well at all. But he was able to knock that ball down, calm himself, and throw it to Pete Rose at first. That brings up the number 9 batter, the shortstop Chris Spire. He's a righty. The windup and the pitch from Denny. 4-6. Pick up some sticks. 4-6. Popped up to his counterpart at short. Waiting for it. And making the catch is Ivan De Jesus. So 2 up, 2 down. Top of the order now, Tim Raines. He flew out to center. Can Raines get a 2-out rally going here? He awaits the John Denny offering. He doesn't have to wait long. Pitch homeward bound. 6-10. Raines is a switch hitter batting lefty. 6-10. Ground ball to third. The third baseman is Wallach. He is a 4. That's a poor range for sure. That's a 4 and a 6. Fielding check. Advanced chart. Third base. 4 and a 6. And that's going to go to the error rating. Wallach's an E20. So he's going to need a high roll here with a 2 red die. And that's an 8. That should be pretty good. E20. No! That's an error. 3 through 6 and an 8 is an error. So Wallach boots the ball. That's an E5. Inning stays alive. And you have Tim Raines, who's a AAA base stealer. And he's going to be off to the races. And that brings up Al Oliver. So Tim Raines is a AAA base stealer. And that's -1 for the hold. Bo Diaz has a neutral arm. So it's only a -1. The old set does not have a pitcher hold rating. So that's 1 through 16. There goes Raines. Here's the throw from Bo Diaz. It's a 3, which is a possible error, throwing error. Diaz has a throwing error 1 through 7. We roll again, and it's a 19. So no throwing error. So a stolen base for Raines. as De Jesus was able to corral the low throw by Diaz. So that's a stolen base. So with 2 outs, Al Oliver can give the Expos a lead here. They're going to keep Raines close. 1 through 17. He becomes 1 through 18. Oliver grounded to short his first time up. Runner at second. Here's the pitch to Al Oliver. Denny tosses up a 6-5 against the left-handed batter. 6-5 and a 10. And that's a single, 2 stars. Scoring all the way from second is Rain. So the stolen base comes into play, and Al Oliver has a clutch 2-out single. Picks up a ribby. So the error in the stolen base hurt. That's an unearned run. And an RBI. And Nurse Teresa is home from work. I shall be back in a moment. The doorbell rang. And joining us in the booth for a moment to say hello is Nurse Teresa. How was your day, Nurse Teresa?
It was good.
Excellent. We're rolling a little card and dice here, as you see. I finally figured out how to use the camera with the new computer. You can wave, so you say, hello, hello.
Oh, you're doing it that way.
Yes, we're doing it that way. Alrighty. So it's 1-0 Expos, Nurse Teresa. The error and the stolen base hurt the Phillies, as Al Oliver had a 2-out single for a ribby. That will bring up the Hawk, Andre Dawson. So Oliver's at first. He's not a speed demon at all. But with 2 outs.
Oh, I see you're playing with the old cards.
Yeah, these are the old. This is my original set. And there's something stuck to that. Oh, that's gross. Let's just get that off, that schmengi off. So here comes the Hawk. Andre Dawson with 2 outs. Can he produce fruit? He struck out against Denny. 1-0 Expos. Denny peeks to first. Now he deals to Dawson. 2-5. Righty-righty matchup. 2-5. Boom goes the ball. And Andre Dawson will touch them all. Bippity-boppity boom. To the moon, Alice. To the moon. And just like that, the Expos take a 3-0 lead. My God, that error that should have ended the inning really comes back to roost now, as Oliver scores ahead of the homer by the Hawk, and it is 3-0 Expos. They're looking for the upset here in the Sweet 16 matchup. And there's a lot of joy in that Montreal dugout as they cross the plate. That error really did come back to hurt. Where are these little schmengis coming from? So Andre Dawson, a crush shot, and that brings up Gary Carter. 2 outs. That error did I look at the wrong? I'm thinking now, Mike Schmidt, and I think I looked at the wrong. Ooh, I'm positive I looked at the wrong.
All right, I'm going to leave you.
No, it's not your fault. I messed this. I haven't done this in a long time. This game's under protest. Yeah, I know exactly what I did. I went, oh, look, third base. And I went, I'm pretty sure I said Tim Wallach. I did. And yeah, that's bad. That is bad. That's, yeah. So, yeah. All right. Well, we're going to stop the stream now because Al foobarred this whole thing as I suddenly realized I looked at Tim Wallach, who was a 3 and an E20. See, there's an E5. And I should have looked at Mike Schmidt, who's a 1. So it would have been a 1 and a 6. A 1 and a 6. He still would have went to the error. I rolled an 8. He's an E21. Yeah, it would have been an out. Nuts! Alright, so this is easy enough to fix. Yeah, I'm looking at that going, wait a second. I said Wallach. Wow, that's awful. Alright, we can fix this. Alright, the rain has fallen. The rain has fallen. And the game has been stopped by the umpires. This game does not count. Wow, that was awful. I've been playing it, right? I'm sitting there going, wait a second. I said Tim Wallach before, and it's a freaking Expos up. Yeah, so Al, Red Sox fan, foobarred this. That was good for a laugh. So we will start over in about 10 minutes. And we're going to rewrite everything. Yeah, it should have been Mike Schmidt. He would have made the play. Well, I could do that. You know what? We could keep going. So this will be an out. Those runs won't count. Yeah, because it should have been 5-3 the inning over. But I did say Tim Wallach. I just caught on because I went like this. I went, wait a second, that's Tim Wallach, and he made an error. And I did say Wallach because I foobarred it. So let's take a vote in the chat. Should we just correct it or start over?
What inning are you on?
It's early, but still, that's a bad. I'm glad I caught it. That's awful. It's been a while since I played Card&Dice, like recording it. Not an excuse, but I think we'll just start over. But yeah, because Tim Wallach, it should have been Mike Schmidt, and like I said, I remembered it was a 6 and it was an 8 because Wallach is a 20, and that was an error. But if you're a 21, you know, that's pretty.
They said correct it. Somebody said.
They said correct it?
Yeah.
Because Mike Schmidt, let me make sure before I foobar this anymore. And it had nothing to do with you, Nurse Teresa. I foobarred before you came home. Mike Schmidt's a 1, but he's an E21. And an E21, an 8 through 12, is a ground ball A. Because I originally said, oh, that's good, and 8's good. But then I look and say, oh, wow, that's an error. So Mike Schmidt would make the play, and the inning would be over. DJ says, just correct it. All right, that's what we'll do. All right, so those runs don't count. I apologize for that. And we're just going to say 5-3. And well, I don't have any white out. All right, so the inning ends here. Nurse Teresa's disgusted with me. No, it's fine. You can be disgusted with me.
Love you.
Oh, she still loved me. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
It was a good home run call, though. So we'll just start over here. So that ends the inning. It's still scoreless. I'm glad I saw that, because that would have sucked. I don't want to, like, cheat anybody. All right, so we go to the bottom of the third after all that hoo-ha. As ID Gesture would say, shenanigans, but we corrected it. But let's get this. So Oliver, it's going to be Oliver. So what happens is Raines grounds out. Mike Schmidt makes the play. Innings over. There is no error. And then it's going to be Al Oliver and then Dawson. All right, so we go to the bottom of the third, still scoreless. I apologize for that. Little rusty. I'm sure I'll get a lot of hate in the comments. You always get those people that, you're stupid. You should never roll dice ever again. You live in your mother's you know, I had a guy call me am I a virgin?
Absolutely not.
Exactly. I got some dude calling me a virgin on one of these things. I was like, oh, really? I'm going to have to talk to people. I'm pretty sure I'm not, but, you know, yeah. Then I got people, you live in your mom's basement. I'm like, well, no, I actually own a house, but whatever. All right. Well, we found out I'm not a virgin and I own a house. I don't live in my parents' basement. Right? Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. All right. I'll give you your $20 later. Anyway, that's your friend money. So, might as well go full kibosh on the stream now. But alrighty, here we go. After Steve Rogers is back up on the bump, there's a lot of confusion, but now it's all settled. Al Red Sox fan is not a virgin, and oh no, we're not talking about that, are we?
No.
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 That's a whole nother conversation. But yeah, you get those comments. It's really funny. Then you go to their channel and they're like, they're trolls basically. The dude who said it to me collects rocks, artifacts and stuff. I was like, it's kind of cool. I'm pretty sure he's a virgin. I'm just thinking that if you collect rocks, you're not getting laid. That's all.
I can't answer that question.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I mean, who would fornicate with someone who collects rocks? I guess if you're an astronaut. Well, he wasn't. It was he was collecting arrowheads. So that's different. I mean, someone might fornicate with him, right?
Maybe.
I've already messed up the stream. I might as well comedy routine.
Just
keep going, right?
Just keep going with that.
I'm looking forward to my thumbs downs. Anyway. Turn out the lights, the party's over. All right, here we go. Bottom of the third. People are like, just get back to the game. God, Al, really? All right, here we go. So it's Bo. Let's make sure we got this right. Bo Diaz.
Should I touch the dice?
Here, touch the dice. Go ahead, touch the dice. Give me that.
I'll touch this one.
That's a 20-sided die. No, you can't roll the die yet.
All right, fine.
You can't. No, you can't do that.
I know it's gonna drive everybody nuts.
Okay, I have to tell you something.
What?
I love you.
I love you too.
Okay. I might have bought another baseball game. I'm just telling you. I bought Pine Tar.
Well, you paid your cell phone bill, so.
I did pay my cell phone bill.
So you're good.
I am good. I might have bought...
Another game?
No. Some seasons with it.
How many seasons?
Well, not really seasons. I bought best of teams because I like that.
Yes. Were they on sale? You took it.
Yes, they were!
Yes, they were.
They were on sale! We have 9, the poor person who just is number 9 here going, what is going on here? I came to see some idiot roll dice. That's me, not anyone else, but... Alright. If you're just joining us, Al Red Sox fan had a mega brain fart. We fixed it. There's no score. Bottom of the third here. Due up for the Phillies. Diaz, De Jesus, in the top of the order, Pete Rose. Earlier comments this week, someone called me a virgin. We've confirmed with Nurse Teresa I'm not a virgin. 2 weeks ago, someone said I lived in my mother's basement. We've confirmed with Nurse Teresa that we own a house. So, yeah. All right, we got that out of the way. So, right. And the guy who called me a virgin collects arrowheads. He goes and finds arrowheads. So, anyway, but here we go. All righty, back to the game. Best stream ever. Should we sing? Do you guys want us to sing? I want to see how many people I can get rid of. No, I'm kidding.
Go play your game.
This is horrible. I'm just pissed I messed up. All right, here we go. Here's Bo Diaz. And let's see what the catcher Bo Diaz can do. Here's the pitch from Steve Rogers. That's a 3-9. And it's a righty-righty matchup. No one elected for us to sing. Wait. Is Jeff Spicoli from Fast Times at Ridgemont High showing up? Yes, he is. I like Jeff Spicoli. That was a good movie. Good. I'm distracted easily, aren't I?
Mr. Hand.
Mr. Hand. Remember he took his pizza? All right, so that's a 3-9. I can just wait for the comments for this one. I don't care. No, I delete. I delete the comment, but I should leave them up and just copy them before I delete them so I can have a whole show on that. So that's a 3-9 righty. Oh, that's a good column. 3-9 single for Bo Diaz. Everyone's like, Al, are you sure? Yes, it's Bo Diaz's card. 3-9's a single, and that's a single to right. So
go watch the news.
Go watch the news, honey. You should watch me to make sure I don't make a mistake, but that's all right. So Bo Diaz singles. Neither do I, it seems, but I did correct it. All right, Bo Diaz singles. He is an E base stealer, so we're not going to hold him on until 2 outs. And that brings up Ivan DeJesus. He's an A bunter. But he hit what did he hit? 257? He's going to swing away. We're not going to bunt. Here's the pitch from Rogers to Ivan DeJesus. That's a 4-6. Righty-righty matchup. 4-6. We should have bunted. Ground ball, second base X. Now let's look at the Expos, Al. Second baseman is Little. He is a 3. We rolled a 3. A 3 and a 3. That's a single 1-star. So Diaz goes to second. DeJesus is at first. The Phillies got something going here, to the chagrin of DJ. So it's first and second. And here comes Pete Rose. And Rose did not have a good 1983. Again, he's coming to the end of his career. And I'll just tell you what Pete Rose hit, as this is the worst stream ever by Al Red Sox fan. 245. He did walk 52 times and only strike out 28 times. And Joe Morgan's on deck. Rose will swing away. Rogers hoping for the double play ball. He rocks and fires to Charlie Hustle. Pete Rose. That's a 3-8. Rose switch hitter batting lefty against a right-handed pitcher. 3-8. Single to left. So 3 consecutive singles. All right. So a single to left. Diaz is a 9. In left field for the Expos is Raines. He's a neutral. You know what? Bases loaded. They will hold up Diaz. He's a 9. That's under a 50% chance. So bases are loaded. 3 consecutive singles. And Steve Rogers has himself in a bit of a pickle. DJ says, I was inspired by this tournament to order the 83 Strat season. It came on Monday. Cool! This is my original 83. Like I said, I just picked up Pine Tar, but they're not seasons. I got like the Legends League, and then I got 24 World Series team, the 1924 World Series team, 1946 World Series teams, 1960 World Series team, somebody else, and then I got 1979, the 2 World Series teams, the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Orioles. I don't remember what the other team was. What year? But it should be fun. We'll play like a little round-robin thing once I figure out how to play. I've been watching a lot of Kurt Berglund. My God, he makes me laugh when I watch his videos. All right, here comes little Joe Morgan, another former Big Red Machine. Bases loaded, no place to put him. They're going to play for 2. You know, they're just going to play normal. They'll give up the run. It's early. No score, bottom of the third. Big moment here for the Phillies and the Expos. Let's see if Steve Rogers can corral the Phillies. Bases loaded, no place to put little Joe Morgan. Here's the pitch to Morgan. 1-11. Right-handed pitcher, 1-11. That ball is gone. That is a grand salami. Little Joe Morgan, chicken wing and all. You know how he used to do that with his arm. Mashes that ball. Right center field. It is 4-0 Phillies. Let's triple gazoople check this. 1. Right-handed pitcher, 11. Home run. A grand salami. A bippity-boppity boom to the moon. So Steve Rogers falls apart in the bottom of the third. And that is a grand slam. As Diaz, DeJesus, and Rose all score ahead of Morgan. And the fans in Philly might not throw batteries or snowballs at Santa Claus this year. So that's 4 ribbies there. For little Joe Morgan, they clear the bases. 4-0. Ouch. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of the Pine Tar, and I like. Again, this is the worst stream ever, but we're gonna enjoy it. I messed up earlier, but we corrected it. I like those type of great teams leagues and stuff. So Yes, DJ goes, he wishes we start over now. He goes, too late to start over. Joke. Yeah, Grand Slam. Anyway, I'm a bit rusty to say the least. Anyway, I should have played a couple of games before I mean, I did play some games offline while my stuff with my dad, but it's different when you call. I apologize. I messed up. I'm sitting there going Wallach. So, all right. So 4-0. What a turn of events here. We thought it was 3-0 the other way. All right. So that's Diaz, DeJesus, Rose, Morgan. Still no outs. If Rogers gives up one more run, I think it's 5 runs in 1 inning. Let me just double check that rule. Yep. So if he gives up one more run, he's point of weakness. Here comes Mike Jack Schmidt, who made the play at third, as opposed to Wallach. I made that mistake by looking at Wallach's card. Here's the pitch to Schmidt. Expos trying to record their first out here in this horrific bottom of the third. 4-0 Phillies after the grand salami by Little Joe Morgan. That is a 2-10. Righty, 2-10. Swing and a miss. So that's a strikeout. Mike Schmidt's 0 for 2 now. And that brings up Joe Lefebvre. The pitch to Lefebvre. That's a 6-9. He's a lefty. 6-9. Weak power, so it won't be a homer. But it's a 6 anyway, and he actually lucks out. Had it been a 1 through 5, it would have been a single. But it's a 6, so it's a double. So Lefebvre doubles. And again, one more run, and Rogers hits point of weakness. And here's Greg Gross. So a double. That's 2 hits for Joe. Again, we put him in the cleanup spot because just his average and his walks. I do believe that Matthews hit much higher in the order, but I made up the orders, and I just went off with guys who were going to get on base. So Gross popped out to second. 1 out. Runner at second. And they will hold him close. Here's the pitch to Greg Gross. Rogers fires up a 6-3. He's a lefty. 6-3 ground ball B. So that's ground ball back to the pitcher. Ground ball B. Batter is out at first. If no runners are forced, runners hold. So holding at second is Lefebvre. As I have no clue how to... I don't know if it's Lefebvre. I think it's Lefebvre. So he grounds out. Gross is now 0 for 2. 2 outs. Joe will be off on contact at second. He'll be a +1. And that's a 1 through 13. And here comes Gary Maddox, the center fielder. He grounded to second. The pitch to Maddox. That moved. I don't know what the hell that was. We're since 8. All kinds of difficulties. That is a 3-8. Righty matchup. 3-8 single. Wouldn't have mattered. Single to left for Maddox on the 3-8 righty. So that's a single to left. Lefebvre, he's going to be a 1 through 13. The left fielder for the Expos is Raines. He's as a neutral arm. They're going to wave Lefebvre around. Here's a throw from Tim the Rock Raines, and he gets him. It's a 15, and the side is retired. So Lefebvre is thrown out. 7-2 as Carter applies the tag. And Maddox is denied the ribby. He does get the hit, though. But the Phillies score 4 on the grand salami by Little Joe Morgan. We go the top of the 4th. 4-0 Phillies. The winner advances to the Elite 8. Okay, that goes like that. And so Rogers, really, that was an ouchie inning. And now, if he gives up 2 runs... No, if he get 2 runs, because 5-1, 6-2, 7-3, you hit point of weakness. And he was cruising on down the highway. Chatter says good night. Thank you for joining us. It has been an adventure so far. I messed up, but we did correct it. I did catch myself. And I'm glad I did. I was going to start the game over. DJ said no, continue on, correct it. And then he wished after the Grand Slam that we had started over. All right, here we go. Let's see if the... all right, so we move this over here because we messed that up. Start the fourth inning in this column. So it's Oliver, Dawson, and Carter to face John Denny. Let's speed it up. Here's the pitch to Al Oliver. Oliver grounded to short his first time up. Denny tosses up a 3-4. Will it close the door? Right-handed pitcher, 3-4, ground ball to first. And that's going to be out number 1 as Rose takes it to the bag himself. 1 down. Here's Andre Dawson, who we thought hit a 2-run homer, but that was wrong. Let's see if the Hawk can hit a homer here. Denny nods his head. He rocks and deals to Dawson. 1-7. That's a 1. 1-7 to Andre Dawson. 1-7. Ground ball to short. And that's going to be out number 2. Fielding it smoothly as DeJesus. He throws over to Rose. So Dawson is 0 for 2. Struck out his first time. And that brings up Gary Carter, the cleanup batter, the catcher. He reached on a Denny error. Here's the pitch to Carter. 4-9. Righty-righty matchup. 4-9. Popped up right side. Morgan on the outfield grass makes the catch. And the side is retired. 1-2-3. Go to the Phillies. You go to the bottom of the fourth. Expos, excuse me. Go to the bottom of the fourth. 4-0 Phillies. I appreciate anyone who's still here watching and enjoying the game. What can you do? You make mistakes, you laugh a bit, you talk a little bit, and you move on. That's all we can do. Alrighty. So Phillies up 4-0. Rogers, let's see if he can rebound from that horrific bottom of the third. He'll face Matthews, Diaz, and DeJesus. Here's Sarge. Sarge grounded to second. The pitch to Gary Matthews. 6-6. Pick up some sticks. Righty-righty matchup. 6-6. Ground ball to short. Now let's look at the right team, Al. The Expos are in the field. So the shortstop is Spires. He's god-awful. So that's a 4 and a 15. That might not be bad. 4-15. He charges the ball, quick release to first, and that is out number 1. Nice play by Spires. So Matthews grounds out 6-3. He's now 0 for 2. And here's Bo Diaz. Diaz singled and scored on the grand salami by little Joe Morgan. Rogers nods his head. Here's the pitch to Bo Diaz, who came up in the Red Sox organization. 3-8. 3-8, righty-righty. 3-8, ground ball to third. That would be to Tim Wallach. Wallach fires across the diamond to Terry Francona, excuse me. And that is out number 2, scoring at home 5-3. 2 outs, base is empty. For the shortstop, Ivan DeJesus, he singled and scored on the Morgan Grand Slam. Rogers is ready to work. He deals to DeJesus. 3-11. 3-11. Righty-righty. 3-11. Ground ball to Wallach. Across the diamond to Francona. And 1-2-3 go the Phillies. An excellent rebound inning for Rogers, but the tremendous damage was already done. We go to the top of the 5th. 4-0. Phillies. Due up for the Expos. Wallach, Cromartie, and Francona. I do like playing Card&Dice. There's something relaxing about it. DJ John 444 says, good evening, everyone, from the left coast. Well, you missed a lot of shenanigans, mostly due to my mistake. Then we answered some comments that some not-so-happy people left for me. I thought that was kind of funny. What the hell? We were off the rails already anyway. John Denny back up on the bump. So that Rogers really needed that to stay out of the point of weakness. And again, he gave up 4 runs. If he gives up 3 runs in this third inning, because that would be 7, he'd hit point of weakness. But he really rebounded well. And now the Expos have to get their bats going. Here's Tim Wallach. Wallach popped out to second. Denny back up on the bump. He's throwing a shutout so far. Here's the pitch homeward bound to Tim Wallach. 4-7. Righty-righty matchup. 4-7. Swing and a miss on the curveball. So Wallach's now 0 for 2. Huh. Interesting. I'm not going to mention something, but I just realized something. Because of the mistake I made, none of that stuff, the inning was over. Remember, the error did not happen because I looked at the wrong defender's card on the wrong, I looked at the third baseman, just the wrong team. So we got something interesting going here. Here's Warren Cromartie. Cromartie, left-handed batter, flew out to center. Cromartie is the right fielder. The pitch from Denny to Cromartie. 3-10. Right-handed pitcher, 3-10, fly ball out to right, going back in front of the track. Making the catch is Joe Lefebvre. And the second time Cromartie's flown out, once to center and now to right. That's 2 down. And here comes Terry Francona. He also flew out to right. Diaz goes through the signs. Denny nods his head. The pitch to Terry Francona, 6-8. Francona's a lefty. 6-8 single! And that's the first hit officially without me making a mistake. And there goes the no-hitter. So Terry Francona singles. Keeps the inning alive for the Expos, who are down by 4. He's an E-stealer, but with 2 outs, they will hold him close. So it'll only be a +1. Hello, Clinton Parks. How are you? You missed the shenanigans early on. I made a huge faux pas. We fixed it. And then I answered some questions that commenters left for me. Go back and listen. Alrighty, here's Little. Little grounded back to the pitcher. Francona's at first. 4-0. I'm glad you're doing good, Clinton. Denny looking to close the door here. Here's the pitch homeward bound to Brian Little. 5s across the board. 5-10. Little's a switch hitter. He'll bat lefty. 5-10. This will be a play for Bo Diaz. Let's check his defense. He's a C. He's a catcher, obviously. He's a 2. So we got to flip this card. Catcher. So that is a 2-19. And that's a pop-up foul. Throwing off the mask is Diaz. He'll make the catch. And the side is retired. So Francona gets the Expos' first hit, but it's all for naught as Little pops out to Diaz. We go to the bottom of the 5th, 4-0 Phillies. Due up for the Phillies, the top of the order, Rose, Morgan, and Schmidt. Phillies have the 4-0 lead due to a grand salami by Little Joe Morgan. Evengi Crosby, how you doing, my friend? Check out that wonderful card collecting channel. Steve Rogers back up on the bump, rebounded quite nicely after that horrific bottom of the 3rd, where he gave up 3 consecutive singles and the grand slam homer to Morgan. He's got to keep it a 4-run deficit here. Here's Pete Rose, switch hitter, batting lefty. Rose has grounded to short, singled, and scored. The pitch from Rogers to Rose. 3-8. Right-handed pitcher. 3-8, and that's a single. Another single for Rose. Hello, honey.
I just come to say hello to everybody.
Well, a few more people have joined us. There's Clinton and Evengi and DJ John 444.
Hello, everybody.
Nurse Teresa says hello. She had a good day at work. You didn't bowl well, though.
No, our whole team did not bowl
I'm
well
disappointed
tonight.
with you and your whole team.
We did not bowl well at all.
I might not cuddle with you tonight because of that. You have to bowl better. My God. I'll cuddle with you.
You better.
I will. I'll prove it to you. And we just lost someone going, what the heck is this nonsense?
I tuned in for a card game.
I tuned in for a card game and I got frivolity. DJ, most of these Card&Dice baseball games are wonderful. It really depends on what scratches your itch. I agree. Mark Forsberg, how you doing? Hope all is well. Thank you for joining us. Yeah.
Well, I know lots of things that scratch my itch.
That's another topic. Alrighty.
Right now I'm going to go have a pastry.
Go have a pastry.
Then I'm going to go to bed.
Alright. Like sleep bed or?
Like sleep bed.
Aww. Actually, I'm tired too.
But no, play your game.
I have to play my game.
You got to play it to the end.
I gotta play it to the end.
You started it.
I started it. I screwed up. I gotta play it to the
end.
end. Alright, here we go. These poor people. Here we go. DJ John 444 says, Al, keep those shenanigans off camera. Demonetized. I'm not monetized anyway. So, anyhow, a little chat with Al sneaks into the ball game. Alrighty. What the hell? Alright, Rose is at first. Here comes Morgan. Morgan hit the grand salami. Rogers hoping for the double play ball. Rose is a C. So anything A, B, or C, we automatically hold on. Here's the pitch from Rogers to Morgan. Let's see what little Joe can do this time. That's a 3-5. Right-handed pitcher, 3-5. That's a walk. So they pitch very carefully. A little too fine there, I would say. Advancing to second is Rose. Morgan's at first. Two former Cincinnati Red, Big Red Machine. And here comes Mike Jack Schmidt. He's 0 for 2. He's flown to center and struck out. Expos hoping for the double play ball. The pitch to Schmidt. 1-12. Ooh. 1-12 and a 16. That is a gap shot. That's going to be a double. So Rose will score from second. Rose will score from second. That's 5-0. Morgan, 1 through 12. The double for Schmidt would be to center because they don't tell the field. So left center, right center. Dawson has a -4 arm. They will hold Morgan. Oh, wow. So here come the Phillies once again. And the Expos are getting that rainy day feeling. So Morgan goes first to third on the double. Schmidt picks up a rib. He's now 1 for 3. 5-0 Philadelphia. And here comes Joe Lefebvre. I should have looked up how you pronounce his name in Baseball Reference. Left-handed batter playing right field. He is 2 for 2. He's singled and doubled. He was thrown out at the plate by the left fielder, Tim Raines. And that ended the third. But the Phillies had already scored 4 on the grand salami. Second and third, no outs. They'll play normal. Here's a pitch, Lefebvre. 2-5. Right-handed pitcher. 2-5. Fly ball. Center field B, ? Means he does not score automatically. So that's going to be an out. The center fielder is Dawson. And because I haven't played this in a while, let me just flip back to the rules. Oh, we're having all kinds of fun here tonight. I actually marked this down. Aha, here we go. To attempt to score, add the base runner's running rating, plus minus the arm, plus 2. 20-sided die. So plus 2, Dawson has a minus 4. So it's a minus 2. Morgan's at third. That's 1 through 10. Okay. The result may not be higher. It's not. Roll the 20-sided die to determine if the runner is out or safe. Example. Yeah, he's going to hold. Never mind. He's not going. So that solves that problem. He's not going. And that's out number 1. So Rose scored. So he holds with the question mark. Lefevre flies out to center. And that brings up Greg Gross. Gross is 0 for 2. The pitch to Gross, second and third, 1 out. Let's make sure we got that right. Yeah, only 1 out. Rogers fires up a 6-7. Lefty. 6-7. Swing and a miss. Boy, did he need that in a huge way. 2 outs. Rogers 1 out away from getting out of this horrific mess. I think we're going to take him out anyway. And that brings up Gary Maddox. Maddox is 1 for 2. He singled and grounded to second. The pitch to Maddox. Rogers fires up a 5-2. How do you do? Right-handed batter. 5-2. Ground ball back to Rogers. He snares it. Throws to Francona at first. And the side is retired. He gets out of that cheaply. He only gives up 1 run. But the Phillies, through 5, are up 5-0 as we go to the top of the 6th. I think that's going to be it. All right, we got Schmidt. There we go. I think that's going to be it for Rogers. John Denny throwing a 1-hit shutout. DJ John 44 says it's Lefevre. Thank you. The B is silent. Thank you, Jim Lefevre. That's what I thought it was, but I couldn't remember. Do you guys remember the 1983 World Series? Was that like the worst World Series? I think the Orioles won that like 4-1 over the Phillies. Just a bad World Series. So it's going to be Spire, then the top of the order, Raines and Oliver to face John Denny, 1-hit shutout. Here's the pitch to Chris Spire. He popped out to short. 5-4. My God, I'm knocking everything all over the place. 5-4. Spires is a righty. 5-4. Fly ball center field. The center fielder is Maddox. He is a 1. And that's a 1-6. 1-6. He makes the catch. 1 down as we check the defensive chart. So Spires flies out to center. And that brings up Tim Raines. Raines is 0 for 2. He's Tim Raines started it all. As I looked at, he grounded to third, and then I looked at Wallach's defensive rating. What's wrong with that? They play on the same team. Wallach is not in the field. And then I realized that after I called a wonderful home run call for Andre Dawson. I went, wait a second. I messed up here. But we fixed it. So. All right. Here's the pitch to Tim the Rock Raines, switch hitter, batting lefty. You all right?
Yeah, I don't know what that was. Oh.
What? That's a 2-4.
Picture slid.
The what?
It didn't fall. It just like slid.
What picture?
The raised track.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I leaned it up against the...
Yeah.
I'll just put it somewhere else. All right. 2-4. Right-handed pitcher, 2-4. Ground ball to second. Morgan's up with it. He throws to Rose. 2 down. 4-3. So Raines is 0 for 3. Looking forward to learning Pine Tar. I watched a lot of, when it originally came out, Tabletop Baseball. Earl from Oklahoma played the 1973 Red Sox season. He played like every third game of the series. But I've been watching a lot of Kirk Berglund. And like I said, I like those sets that give you the best teams. And I got the legends, so we'll see. Hopefully, it looks like a fun game. I hope I enjoy it. All right, here's Al Oliver. He's 0 for 2. The pitch to A.O. Denny tosses up a 6-9. Just not in any rhythm tonight. 6-9. He's a lefty. 6-9. That's a single. So the second hit for the Expos comes off the bat of Al Oliver. A 2-out single keeps the inning alive. Expos down 5-0. Here comes the Hawk, Andre Dawson. He's struck out and grounded to short. The windup and the pitch to Dawson. That's a 2-2. How do you do? 2-2. Jammed and popped up to Morgan. Morgan makes the catch, and the side is retired. But the Expos get their second hit. But they still trail 5-0. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Due up for the Phillies, Matthews, Diaz, and DeJesus. We'll go to the chat in a moment. So John Denny, point of weakness check will come up in the 7th. He's cruising on down the highway, a 2-hit shutout. DJ John 44 asks, DJ, how do you plan on playing your new strat game? Tourney, as played, only played your favorite teams, etc. That's a good question. I like to play tournaments, or just play individual games, you know. It's a good question. How do you guys like to play your games? Your card and dice or your PC games? PC, I'll play seasons out because it keeps all the stats, but I like to play tournaments there too. All right, so Rogers back up on the bump. Here's Gary. Maddox grounded out. Where's Matthews? Okay, let's put that there. Here's Gary Matthews. We had the wrong player, but we fixed that now. He'll be followed by Diaz and DeJesus. Matthews is 0 for 2. The pitch from Rogers to Matthews. Phillies up 5-0. Big blast. Came in the bottom of the third. A grand slam by Joe Morgan. That's a 2-10. 2-10. Ground ball to short. Spires has it. Throws to Francona. 1 down. So Matthews is grounded out 3 times. Once to second, twice to short. Now bring up the catcher, Bo Diaz. He is 1 for 2. He singled and scored ahead of the Morgan grand slam. The pitch from Rogers to Bo Diaz. 3-12. Righty-righty. 3-12. Swing and a miss. A strikeout. 2 down. The number 9 batter, DeJesus, is 1 for 3. Scored a run. Rogers looks in. Carter sets the target. The pitch to Ivan DeJesus. Rogers tosses up at 3-4. Does it close the door on the inning? Righty-righty, 3-4. Swing and a miss on the breaking pitch. Rogers has now struck out 4, but the Expos still trail 5-0 as we go to the top of the 7th. And that's going to be John Denny's point of weakness test. Check, excuse me. Here comes John Denny. The Expos have to get going here. DJ John 44 says, Al, I'm sure your rhythm will be happening later. With a big smiley face. Bow chicka wow wow. You just never know. Maybe. Rather be in rhythm for that, that's for sure. As welcome to Al Red Sox fan chat after dark. All right, here we go. All right. I'm looking forward to Pine Tar. I might pick up, I might play, I haven't played All-Star lineup baseball in a while. I might play a little bit of that. I gotta play that offline a bit, though, again. I played it offline. Like I'm dyslexic, and what kills me is the lefty, the silhouettes mess me up big time. That's why I play most of that offline. So, because it's a silhouette that tells you lefty or righty. So here's Carter, followed by Wallach and Cromartie. John Denny throwing a 2-hit shutout. Gary Carter he reached on an error and then popped out to second. Denny looks in. Diaz sets a target. The pitch homeward bound to Gary Carter, 4-10. 4-10. Righty matchup. 4-10. Ground ball to third. That would be the Philadelphia third baseman, Al. That would be Mike Jack Schmidt. He is a 1 and a 9. Flip the chart. 1-9. I think he makes the play. 1-9. We go to an error check. He's a 21. Schmidt is a 21. Got to roll high here. That's a 6. That could be an error. Let's see. And it is. So Mike Schmidt makes the error. He's a 21. We rolled a 6 when we re-rolled the red die. 3 through 7's an error. So Mike Jack Schmidt makes an error. Carter reaches. Second time Gary Carter has reached on an error, and it's been by both the corners. Rose and now Schmidt. But they'll take base runners any means necessary. And that brings up Tim Wallach with Carter at first. Phillies up 5-0. Wallach is 0 for 2. He's popped out to second and struck out. Denny hoping for a double play ball. He rocks and deals to Wallach. 2-3. What will it be? We shall see. Wallach is a righty. 2-3. He's hit by the pitch. Oh boy, came a little too far inside. Double check. 2-3. That's hit by pitch. Advancing to second is Carter. That's a hit by pitch. So it's first and second. I have payoff pitch. It was gifted to me by ID Gesture. I like it. I don't play it enough. I played one game. Mark the Bird Fidrich. I have 1977. And since I'm playing, I know he gets hurt in 77, but before he got hurt, he was pitching well. And I played offline. I was just playing Mark Fidrich against everybody. I was enjoying that. A lot of people play payoff pitch. It's a lot of fun. That's another good game. I've been thinking about actually buying a season because the cards are nice. But I have the PDFs of 77 and 79. I should play a little more of that. I play Strat-O-Matic because it's a game I grew up with as a kid, and I like playing it. I understand it, even though I messed it up today. But no, I like payoff pitch. Inside pitch, our good friend Tony, Combat Painter, CP Card&Dice now, I think his channel's called. He's been playing some inside pitch. And Eric from Higher Ground Gaming plays a lot of that on the PC, plays all the inside games. I downloaded the demo. I had a lot of trouble, just me, understanding like the little nuances with some of the roles. But I didn't give it enough time. And like Clinton Parks plays a lot of NP3 National Pastime. He also plays that free game that ID Gesture has given the link for, NP3, I think it's called. So, but yeah, you have to play what you like. I like to play different games. Like I said, I picked up Pine Tar. We'll see how that goes. And I like to get back to All-Star lineup. Because that's fun. Different way it's played, but that's a fun game too. And you can check out all those games. First and second, no outs. Here's Warren Cromartie. Chance for the Expos to get back in this game. Phillies start to get some bullpen action here. So hit by a pitch. It's the 7th inning. Point of weakness. I'm going to say that counts like a walk. The error doesn't count. So now if he gives up a hit or a walk, or 2 of either or 1 of each, he's reached point of weakness. So let's see what Cromartie can do. Denny again throwing a 2-hit shutout here, but an error and a hit by pitch. Cromartie's a lefty. 0 for 2. He's flown out twice. Denny shakes off Diaz. Now he nods his head. He rocks and deals to Warren Cromartie. Can the Expos get back in the game here? That's a 4-9. Lefty, 4-9. Fly ball, center field, going back. Waiting for it is Maddox. He makes the catch. The runners retreat back to their bases. 1 down. So Cromartie's flown out 3 times. And now here comes Francona. Double play ball. We'll get Denny out of this pickle. Terry is 1 for 2. He has one of the 2 hits. He's flown to right and singled. And Carter is an E. So we're not holding Carter on at second until 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Terry Francona. 1 out, 2 on. 5-0 Phillies. Expos trying to get back in the game. That's a 5-9. Terry is a lefty. 5-9. Slowly hit ball to second. Morgan's only play is to first. And that's 2 down. As Francona is now 1 for 3. Advancing to third is Carter. To second is Wallach. And that brings up Little. And we might go to a pinch hitter here. We might go to a pinch hitter. Little's 0 for 2. 260. 1 column's not bad. The 2 column's not bad. He'll bat lefty. Let's just check real quick. Again, the 83 set, I have a limited amount of players. Doug, who's our... Jim Wolford, 277. He's a righty, though. And his card's not that much better. That always amazes me. The other guy, well, he hit 260, so that's not a huge difference. We're gonna stick Doug Flynn, no, and Bobby Ramos, definitely not. Flynn will come in if they were ahead as a defensive replacement at short, even though he played more than the other guy. So. DJ John 44 asks, Al, what's your favorite season? Oh, I don't know. I like 1988 Morgan Magic. Playing that Digital Diamond Baseball. That's a nice little game. I play that mostly offline. I did throw a no-hitter opening day, or rolled it. I got lucky. Clemens. So, all right, Brian Little, 2 outs, 2 on. Here's the pitch from Denny to Little. Can the Expos get on the board? That's a 3-5. Right-handed pitcher. 3-5. Ground ball to second. Morgan has it. Throws to first. And the side is retired. The Expos threaten but do not score. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Denny survives his point of weakness check for the moment. 5-0 Philadelphia. And they're looking to add to it. What is if people still watching, if you want to jump in the chat, what's your favorite season? Whether to play or, memories, or I like 88, 70, 67's a fun. I play a lot of 67 Card&Dice offline with the Red Sox, and I usually don't play, I'll play the 67 Red Sox against, say, the 78 Yankees or the 88 Dodgers. I like to do that. I like to do a lot of those what ifs. I did play the 67 World Series over. What if Tony Canigliere and Sparky Lyle played? And that we did Dice Baseball. It's literally called Dice. That's a fun game. I have to get back to that one. That is a fun game. I do enjoy that one too. I forgot about that one. I got a lot of seasons with that one. I went nuts on that one. I just don't play it enough. So we're going to stick with Steve Rogers for now, as we're down 5-0. I don't want to make a pitching change. Or they're down 5-0. but we will if we have to. All right, so Roger's going to face the top of the order, Rose, Morgan, and Schmidt. Here's the pitch to Pete Rose. He's 2 for 3, single twice, and grounded out, scored twice. And that's a 5-5 to Pete Rose, switch hitter batting lefty. 5-5. He'll fly out to center. Making the catch is Dawson. That's 1 down. Here's Joe Morgan. Morgan is 1 for 2. He's walked. Grand slam. He's knocked in 4. He's flown to right. The pitch to Little Joe, left-handed batter. That is a leaner. We re-roll out to 6 anyway. So that's a 6-5. Lefty. 6-5. Ground ball. Second base to Little. Little is a 3 defender, and we rolled a 1. That can't be bueno. A 3 and a 1 is a single. So it's a single past the dive of Little. So Morgan's now 2 for 3. Morgan is a base-stealing threat. He is an A stealer. They will hold him on. So that's a -2. Carter has a -3 arm. He's going nowhere. And that brings up Mike Jack Schmidt. Schmidt is 1 for 3. He's flown to center, struck out, and doubled in a run. Rogers peeks over. Now he deals to Schmidt. 3-7. Righty, 3-7, and that is a line shot to the shortstop, making the leaping catch is Spires. He fires to first, but not in time. Diving back in is Morgan. That's a great catch by Spires. On the line shot off the bat of Mike Schmidt. And here comes Joe Lefevre. Lefevre is 2 for 3. He is singled, doubled, was thrown out to end the horrific bottom of third, but the Phillies already scored 4, and he's flown out to center. Morgan will be off on contact with 2 outs. He's a +1, so that is a 1 through 12. 1 through 13. The pitch homeward bound by Rogers to Lefevre. 6-6. Pick up some sticks. Get your kicks on Route 66. 6-6, ground ball, second base, Little. Little is a 3 defender, and that's a 19. So a 3 and a 19. He knocks the ball down, picks it up, throws to Francona, and the side is retired. We go to the top of the 8th, 5-0 Philadelphia. They're looking to punch their ticket to the Elite 8. And what has been not one of my sharper games rolled. Did a little chat with Al in between, deciding whether I should start the game over. But we just corrected it. So Rogers really, that bad third inning, 3 singles and a grand slam. Either way, he'd still be down 1-0, but he's down 5-0. DJ John 44 says, I enjoy 78. So happy Uncle Ron is featuring. Yeah, that's a good year. 78's a fun year. Didn't end the way I wanted it, but that's a fun year. DJ says 78 has lots of good teams. Yeah, that's why I got the 70 set from Strat, because I do like Ron Guidry. I do like Ron Guidry. That 78 Yankee team. Ron Guidry, basically. Yeah, he's fun. I've rolled a few of those games offline just with Guidry. We'll do some of those. That was a fun little tournament we did. Card&Dice, the 70 set. For Strat. All right, here comes Greg Grow. What did I just do? Top of the 8th. All right, it's top of the 8th. My faux pas. And so it's going to be Spire, Raines, and Oliver to face John Denny. He's up 5-0. Again, point of weakness check. So the last inning, hit by pitch. So it's 3. It's a combination of 3 hits or walks. Here's the pitch from Denny to Spire. Let's see if Spire can get his first hit. He's 0 for 2, and that is a 3-7. 3-7, swing and a miss. So Spires is a strikeout victim, and that's out number 1 in the top of the 8th. Phillies 5 more outs away from advancing to the Elite 8. Here's Tim Raines. Raines is 0 for 2. The pitch to Tim the Rock Raines. That's a 3-12. Switch hitter batting lefty. against a right-handed pitcher, though. 3-12. Line shot right at the second baseman, Morgan. That could have been a triple play. It was line shot max, but no one's on. So that's 2 down. Denny still tossing that shutout. And here's Al Oliver. He has one of the 2 hits. It's been Francona and Oliver. Those are the only 2 hits off John Denny. He awaits the Denny offering. Pitch homeward bound to A.O. Al Oliver. 3-5. He's a lefty, but it's a right-handed pitcher. 3-5, and now he gets a second hit. That's a single. Phillies have some milling in their bullpen. And here comes the Hawk, Andre Dawson. So Oliver is at first. DJ says the 78 Brewers were one of my favorite teams as well. That's a fun team. They could bash the ball. I like the 77 Red Sox. That's another fun team. Pitching not so bueno, but they could hit. All right. So 2 outs. Oliver at first. Andre Dawson at the plate. Dawson is 0 for 3. 5-0 Phillies. Denny nods his head, arms down to his chest. The windup and the pitch to Dawson. 6-10. Righty-righty matchup. 6-10. Ball. No, 6-10, excuse me. 6-10, not ball 4. That's a 9. It's a play for the catcher, Bo Diaz. Diaz is a 2 defender, and we rolled a 1. So where's the catcher? Flip the chart over. Two, 1, popped foul. Diaz throws the mask away. He makes the catch, and the side is retired. So Dawson pops out again. This time to the catcher. Phillies 3 outs away from advancing to the Elite Eight. John Denny has been quite good, to say the least. 3-hit shutout. He will go for the complete game. Could be our second complete game in a row. I think Morris went a complete game. I'm pretty sure for the Tigers. Let me just peek back for a second. Yes, he did against the A's. 5-0. And Rogers is back up on the bump. Why not? And he'll face Gross, Maddox, and Matthews. Here's the pitch to Greg Gross, who's 0 for 3. That's a 2-7. Right-handed pitcher. 2-7, single to right. It's a single. That brings up Gary Maddox, who's 1 for 3. Gross is at first. D. Steeler not being held on. Rogers hoping to keep the ball down for a double play ball as Spires and Little pinch the middle. Here's the pitch homeward bound to Gary Maddox. 4-7. Right-handed batter. 4-7. Swing and a miss. 1 away. Double play ball ends the inning. Here comes Sarge. Gary Matthews. He's 0 for 3. 3 groundouts. 1 to the second baseman, 2 to the shortstop. Carter sets the target. Rogers fires the ball homeward bound. 4-9. Righty-righty. 4-9. Single to left, and that's going to be it for Rogers. I didn't want to make a pitching change. 5-0. I think they would. You got Diaz coming up. 1 out, first and second. Bo Diaz. Rogers will try to get the double play ball here. Here's the pitch to Diaz. 1 out, 2 on. 5-8. 5-8. Jammed him, popped up right side. Calling for it is the first baseman, Francona. And that's 2 down. As Diaz pops out to first. On the 5-8. And here's Ivan DeJesus. He's 1 for 3. Singled and scored on the Morgan grand salami. The pitch to DeJesus, runners off on contact, and they are holding Gross close with 2 outs, so he only has a +1, 1 through 13. And that is a 6-6. Pick up some sticks, get your kicks on Route 66, righty-righty matchup. 6-6, ground ball to short. Oh boy, Spires is a 4. It's a 4-8, and if we go to the error check, he is horrific. 4-8, we go to the error check. He's an E31. An E31, not bueno. He needs an 8, 9, or 10 to get this out. It's a 3. E31 3 is a 1 base error. The bases are juiced. So Spires boots the ball. Inning should have been over. DeJesus reaches on the error by his counterpart. So that is an E6. And the bases are juiced. And here comes Pete Rose. Rose is 2 for 4. And that's it. Expos finally go to their pen. And here comes Jeff Reardon. So Rogers is done. And here's Jeff Reardon trying to get the final out here in the bottom of the 8th. He comes into a bases loaded situation. Reardon will go on to pitch for the Red Sox. The Twins, not necessarily in the order I'm saying them, Red Sox, Twins, and I'm sure with some other teams. I want to say he was with the Mets briefly, too. I could be wrong with that. All right, here comes Jeff Reardon. He comes in. So Rogers went 8 2/3. He's in line for the loss. Gave up 5 runs. Reardon's done with his warm-up tosses. He's a righty. He'll face Pete Rose, switch hitter, batting lefty. No place to put Charlie Hustle. Pitch homeward bound to Rose. That's a 3-8. 3-8. Doesn't matter off his card. That's a single to left. So Rose picks up his 3rd hit. He's going to have a ribby. Let's see how many ribbies. So 1 run scores. Gross scores. Matthews, we're going to send him 6-0. 1 through 15, 2 outs. That's a +1. 1 through 16. And it was a single to left. The left fielder for the Expos is Reigns. That's a neutral arm. So 1 through 16 he scores. It's a 16. He just gets under the tag. Rose picks up 2 ribbies as Matthews scores. Now 7-0. That error was a killer. DeJesus goes to second. So first and second. 7-0. Those runs all charged to Rogers. So Gross scored. Matthews scored. DeJesus is at second. Rose is at first. And here comes Joe Morgan. Morgan's hit the grand salami. Walked and singled. The pitch to little Joe. 1-8. 1-8. 1-8. That's a walk. Second time he's walked. Bases are now juiced. So the Expos really just falling apart here. And here's Mike Jack Schmidt. Let's see if Mike can jack one out here. Here's the pitch to Schmidt. 5-7. Righty-righty. 5, 7. Strike 3 looking. And the side is retired. Second time Schmidt's gone down via the K. But the Phillies get 2 more on the single by Pete Rose. It's now 7-0. We go to the top of the 9th. And John Denny looking for the complete game shutout. Let's see if John Denny can get that complete game shutout. It's a 3-hit shutout. And there are still 6 people watching this. God bless you all. All right, so it's going to be Carter, Wallach, and Cromartie. They just have to get base runners on. Here's the pitch to Gary Carter. John Denny fires in a 2-7. 2-7. Let's just check. He gave up a hit last inning. So again, a combination of 3 hits and walks combined. So that is a 2-7. 2-7. That's a single. So that's a single. And that's the 4th hit. 3rd time Carter's been on. First 2 times on errors. So Carter's on. Here's Tim Wallach. Give him a few more batters. I'm hoping for a double play ball here. 5-12, righty. 5-12, ground ball to second base, Joe Morgan. Morgan is a 3, and that's a 3. So a 3 and a 3. That's a single 1 star, station to station. Go the Expos. So Denny could be laboring, could be tiring here. 1st and 2nd, no outs. Diaz goes out to have a quick chat with him. They look to the bench. Denny says, I'm okay. 7-0. 7-0. Phillies. And here comes Warren Cromartie. The pitch to Cromartie. He's a left-handed batter. Can the hit parade continue? 3-8 to Cromartie. 3-8 single. Holy poop. Bases are loaded. We're not even going to send. We're just 3 singles in a row, and that's it. That is it. Expos bats finally come alive. Seems like a little too late. Bases loaded, no outs. And they come out to get John Denny. Denny, responsible for all the base runners. Denny went 8 innings. And now they will go to Al Holland. Holland 8-4 with a 2.26 earned run average out of the bullpen. He threw 92 innings. We're not going to go to Willie Hernandez. We're going to go to Al Holland. The best ERA. John Denny could not close the show. Gets a polite applause from the Philly fans. And here comes Al Holland. All right, bases, Jutes, no outs. And it's Terry Francona at the plate. He does have 1 hit. He's 1 for 3. The pitch to Terry Francona, son of Tito. That's a 6-6. Route 66, get your kicks. He's a lefty. 6-6. Swing and a miss. So Tito's son goes down via the K. And that's 1 out. Base is still loaded. Brings up Brian Little. Switch hitter. He'll bat righty. Holland's a lefty. The pitch to Brian Little. 4-6. Switch hitter batting righty. 4-6. And it's a 9, and that's a double past the dive of the left fielder. 1 through 9's a double. We rolled a 9. A diving attempt by Matthews. He can't get there. 2 runs will score. The Expos finally break through. So Carter scores. Wallach scores. Cromartie is held up at third. They don't want to run into an out, so it's second and third, and it's now 7-2. How do you do? Willie Hernandez begins to warm, so Carter and Wallach score. Cromartie's at third. Little is at second, and here comes Chris Spire. So that little double gets him 2 ribbies. Spire 0 for 3. Let's look at our bench. Again, limited roster. That's what I have. 277. Oh, we already looked at this. Wolford. His at-bats, 78% of them came against lefties. If we go to Wolford, they'll bring in Hernandez. Righty. I think they would go with the Jim Wolford. And that's what we're going to do. So Jim Wolford will come in to pinch hit for Chris Spire. Expos got to try to get there. This is it. Do or die. No tomorrow. So here's Jim Wolford. Spires is out. So it's going to be a pinch hitter. Wolford. Pinch hitter. And here comes they're gonna stick. You know what? They're gonna stick with Holland. They're gonna stick with Holland. Hernandez continues to warm. Here comes Wolford. Second and third, 1 out, 7-2. Expos trying for a biblical rally here. Holland rocks and deals to Wolford. 6-4. Righty. 6-4. This will be a play for Bo Diaz. Diaz is a 2, and that's an 18. .218. Jammed and pops it up. Foul territory. Diaz tosses the mask to the side, makes the catch, and 2 down. So Wolford fails in his pitch hitting duties. Pops out to Diaz. And the Philly fans rise. In the top of the order, Tim the Rock Raines. Second and third, 7-2 ball game. Raines is 0 for 4. Holland trying to end it here. He rocks and deals to Raines, switch hitter, batting righty. 1-7. 1-7. Left-handed pitcher. 1-7 with an 11. And that's a single. 2 stars. So 2 runs score as Raines gets his first hit. Little scores from second. Cromartie trots in from third. It's now 7-4. 4 runs by the Expos here with in the top of the ninth, and those 2 runs come with 2 outs. So 2 ribbies for Raines. The Expos are not going quietly into the night, and here comes Al Oliver. He's a lefty. Holland will stay in to face him, and if he doesn't get him, here comes Willie Hernandez. So it's 7-4. The lead cut to 3. A game that was thought to be well in hand has now gotten quite iffy, but there's 2 outs. So it's a lefty Al Holland against the lefty Al Oliver. Oliver does have 2 hits. He's 2 for 4. He singled his last 2 times up. Prior to that, he grounded out twice. Reigns is a AAA base stealer. -1. Diaz has a neutral arm. 1 through 16. Do we take a chance here? I don't think so. My God, if we rolled a 17, the game's over. Yeah, we're not gonna chance it. Down by 3. Holland. Hello, Braves for Life. Hope all is well. Thank you for joining us. Holland's ready. This could be it, folks. Expos trying to rally. They came into the top of the 9th down 7-0. They've scored 4. It's 7-4. The pitch to AO from AH. Holland to Oliver. Not with love. That's a 5-5. Lefty-lefty matchup. 5-5. Swing and a miss, and the ball game is over. Good God, the fans in Philly can finally rejoice. The Expos do score 4 in the top of the 9th. 4 runs in the top of the 9th. But lose the game 7-4. Those 3 extra runs came in handy for the Phillies. So the Phillies advance. John Denny gets the win. Rogers takes the loss. If you're just joining us, we had a tremendous faux pas in the top of the 3rd. We clarified it. And then we had a little chat with Al off the rails for a bit. And then we went back to the ball game. But the Phillies win 7-4. They hold on to dear life at the end as the Expos made it a game. The Phillies advance to the Elite 8. We have one more game left for the Sweet 16. God, we hope it goes smoother than this one. And that's going to be coming up soon on the channel. It's going to be the Braves against the Brewers. It's an 8-9 game. The Braves being the 8, the Brewers being the 9. So that should be one heck of a matchup. All right. Well, my God, was that a disastrous stream. At least we had some laughs. Hope everyone enjoyed. Thank you. My God, it went almost 2 hours. Oh, it's awful. So anyway, as Braves for Life says, go Expos. The only place they're going is home, my friend. They're going home. They tried their best. They're out. So thank you, everyone. We'll be sharper next time. We haven't done Card&Dice in a while online. So take care. Bye-bye. God bless. Once again, the Phillies hold on. They went into the 9th up 7-0. They win 7-4. Denny's the winner. Rogers is the loser. Player of the game, I'm going to have to give it to little Joe Morgan. I was going to give it to John Denny, but he came apart at the end. And Holland cleaned up the mess, though he was shaky. All the runs were charged to John Denny. So take care. Bye-bye. God bless. You know what's coming. Peace. Love you all.